I suffer from a combination of three particular disorders. But my psychiatrist was telling me that she believes I'm predominantly a schizoid. If any of you have never heard of schizoid personality disorder, it's not the same thing as schizophrenia, although it's a very minor form of it. It's a different type of schizophrenia. And I have my own analysis of schizoid personality disorder. There's this so-called new condition they've been talking about, this very well-known, respectable Israeli psychologist, Elias Soma. He discovered the whole ideal of maladaptive daydreaming. People who daydream to the extent to where they act out their daydreams in repetitive movements and sound, and they get caught up and they get hypnotized in their daydreams. It was first discovered as fantasy prone personality disorder, but he kind of describes it in a different setting. Really, fantasy proneness and maladaptive daydreaming are all the same thing. And I believe schizoid personality disorder is really what maladaptive daydreaming and fantasy proneness is. I mean, because you have fantasy proneness, you have avoidance personality disorder, you have narcissistic personality disorder. All those particularly characteristics are within the schizoid personality disorder. Because guess what? It revolves around an eternal fantasy proneness. It's not that we all fantasize. Every human being fantasizes generally. We all get caught up in thought and imagination, but we don't fantasize to the extent to where we want to get away from other people and we want to just live our life in existence fantasies. We don't fantasize to the point to where we create alter egos that we act out upon in order for us to function in society the way maladaptive daydreamers, fantasy proners, or schizoids do. But really, it's all schizoid personality disorder. I don't know what people were trying to fucking say that maladaptive daydreaming is separate, because really, I mean, schizoids are maladaptive daydreamers. Those motherfucking people who suffer from maladaptive daydreaming, they're really schizoids. Because what do you think makes someone a schizophrenic to begin with? Schizophrenia is, in particularly, it believe delusions, hallucinations. You don't know what's real or not real, but it revolves around psychosis. It revolves around whether you get hypnotized, you get caught up in thought, fantasy, whatever. And the same thing, maladaptive daydreaming in particular, you get caught up in fantasy. You know it's not real, but it feels real. You get hypnotized, you get caught up. You act it out in repetitive movement. It makes you dysfunctional. But you can create things. You can be in storage. You can create different personalities. That's what makes it a personality disorder. But the reason why I say it's like schizophrenia, because it resolves around the borderline between psychosis and non-psychosis. But it's like schizophrenia in terms of you get caught up in the hallucinations, and that's legitimately what makes it like a schizophrenia. And that's why it's schizoid personality disorder. People want to fucking call themselves maladaptive daydreamer because it's more romantic to say, oh, I'm maladaptive daydreamer. They don't want to say schizoid personality disorder. Oh, schizoid, it sounds psychotic. It sounds, really, I mean, fantasy proneness, avoiding personality disorder, narcissistic personality disorder, everything, that all derives in schizoid personality disorder.